Hi, and a warm welcome to Frugalful. My name's Lara. This is a frugal living and budgeting channel. And today my task of doing inventory stock check continues. And I've been also doing some batch cooking, which I'm about to show you. Some of this is going to be my meal for tonight. And some of this is going to be stuff that I freeze, hopefully, depending on how much space is going to be available in the freezer. But I will bring you along with me doing the inventory and stock check of the freezer. And together we will figure out if I'm going to actually have room to store the things I've just prepped that I'm hoping can go in the freezer. So I'll turn this camera around in a wee minute and show you that. Just trying to keep warm. It's very cold in Scotland today. It's icy, it's sub-zero temperatures. So I'm just keeping warm in the kitchen by doing some cooking and having nice hot drinks to keep me warm. I hope wherever you are, if it's winter weather, that you're keeping warm, you're keeping safe. Please take care on the ice. Please don't suffer the fate I suffered last year when I fell. Well, technically it was the end of the year before last now, right at the very end, fell and horrifically broke this because of the ice. So yeah, please take great care if there's icy conditions. And hopefully the gritters will come out and do something about it to help keep us all safe. So without further ado, let's turn the camera around and show you what's been happening in my kitchen this afternoon. If you saw the last video, you'll know that I had a big Swede, whole load of carrots and potatoes to deal with that I was soaking. And I was soaking them in apple cider vinegar. The reason for that is it's a great way to clean them. So if they're allotment things, then it gets the soil off. If it's supermarket things, it helps with cleaning off pesticides. I've also got a nail brush, like one that I keep specifically for vegetables rather than nails though. I've got one that's for my nails, but I use a nail brush, like a scrubbing brush, to scrub the vegetables as well. And that helps to get any pesticides off. So there's going to be a batch of mashed carrot, mashed potato. I keep the skin on for that because it's got a lot of nutrition. There's loads of nutrients just under the skin of a potato, and the skin is good roughage as well. And then I've already prepped the, oh, it's dripping, whoops. I've already prepped the Swede, the mashed Swede. Delish. So my dinner today is going to be tricolour mash. So there'll be some white potato, orange carrot, yellow Swede, and I think I'll have one of my veggie steak pies. And I've got some wee Yorkshire puds. I ate all the stuffing, so I don't have any of that left. And a wee bit of onion gravy and probably some peas and sweet corn or something. And that'll actually create a bit of space in the freezer. So I'll do that and then I'll do the freezer inventory, come back and see you shortly. But just before that, I've also prepared these. Now I'm hoping I can freeze these, as I say, if there's room. That is a load of plain potato and also mixed root potato wedges, potato carrot wedges. So these are just basically like homemade oven chips. But for me, because I don't have an oven, because I'm in the middle of decorating my kitchen and have been for years, see previous videos about that and goals and things. But the idea is going to be that these are all portioned out and they're for cooking in the air fryer. That's how I make my chips. Air fryer chips with a wee bit of fry light spray. It works absolute wonders. It's very, very good. And then across here, I'll show you this. All the broccoli florets are chopped and ready to freeze if there's space. And then I always keep this now because what I'll do is chop it and bag it and I can use it in soup. It's not going to go to waste. Here's my delicious roast dinner. I can't wait. Yum. I'll see you soon. Hi. So I'm in my kitchen. I've started emptying the freezer and I'm thinking to myself, this is a nightmare. I don't know how I'm going to fit everything in. Let me show you. First of all, this is the top drawer. Now, these are all things like apple cake, beetroot chocolate muffins, banana muffins, rhubarb muffins, banana bread. They're all things I've made using surplus ingredients or allotment produce. So there's 4 bits of banana bread. So I'm just going to do it by the number of portions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, I think. I hope. Right, have I got a pen? I'm just going to write things down as I go. So that's going to be called 27 cakey things. That'll do. Right, now yogurts. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 yogurt. And then this compote, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 portions of compote. And 1 of custard. That's what that wee one with the pink lid is. The thing is, they're high in sugar. I suppose the cakey things are too. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to have in January. Oh, and there's about half of that cheesecake there as well. Half cheesecake. And then these are cooking items for batch cooking. So there's cheese, large block. There's 2 mozzarella. There's plenty of butter because there's that, and 2 blocks. And there's 3 lots of coconut milk, which is good for like a kind of Thai coconut curry, green curry. So that's the top shelf and stuff. I'll put that back and then I'll bring the next lot. Okay, my next piece of the puzzle to try and fit in the freezer is kind of protein sources, I guess. So there are 4 vegetarian sausage rolls, 5 veggie burgers, a veggie pie, and 12 veggie sausages. So they should all fit on the top shelf with the yogurts, hopefully. I'll go and give it a shot. So here is the carby stuff. Well, part of the carby stuff. Roast potatoes. These are onigiri. 2, 4, 6, 8 onigiri. See previous video in Slow Cooker Sundays playlist and you'll see how to make these. They're Japanese rice balls. They're so good. They're great for packed lunches. Pita breads and some Yorkshire puds, but I don't think I'm going to have room for them. And I've still got my other mashed root vegetables in the fridge to use up this over the next couple of dinners. So I think I will just stick them in the fridge to get them used up. They'll be all right in the fridge for now. They get cooked anyway, and I really just don't think I'm going to have space for them. So off they go, and I'll add these to the list. And then I'll show you where the challenges begin. So this is the fruit drawer. I'm not going to take everything out. I have actually already written it all down somewhere, but it's like bags of smoothie mix, bags of berries, some different melon and watermelon. These avocados, I don't know. I'm thinking for smoothies maybe, but I might not be able to use them. They were already starting to get past their best yellow sticker when I froze them, so we'll see. In future, I think I would freeze the flesh rather than the avocado. but any tips on that would be most welcome. There's pineapple, there's rhubarb, there's some citrus stuff, there's a mango over there, and there's some bags with some applesauce, homemade applesauce that I made from the allotment apples. Some of this can be used for smoothies. Some of it, I really don't know what I'm going to do with it. And the thing with the applesauce is it calls for baking, and I'm trying to be sensible. So it might just sit in here for a while until I bake something later on in the year, but we'll see. This is where the challenge is going to begin. So this is a drawer of frozen veg. Oh, there's the garlic. I was going to say I didn't know what I'd done with the garlic. I've just found it. It was over here. So hopefully, I'm hoping that everything that's in here is actual veg rather than carby things. I'll explain why in a wee minute. It is. Again, I think I have the exact vegetables in here written down, but it includes things like onions, sprouts, kale, that kind of thing. There's lots of sprouts to be used up. There's also a bunch of beetroot to use up, so I'm going to throw beets into some soup just to try and use things up and create some space. There's some avocado mushiness. I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's just the avocado. It's very expensive, and then when I'm able to get it on a deal, and then I think to myself I'll freeze it, but the texture just doesn't seem to work out when I freeze it. But I'm probably doing it all wrong. As I say, I'd love to get your advice on that. So that drawer's chock-a-block. I still have the peppers, all of this from today, and some of these are not from today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 7 of the bags are not from today, and then there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 bags from today. And there's other stuff in the bottom of the freezer. I'll show you. I've also got this lot down here, which is onions, mushrooms, and leek, and some pastry. How am I going to squeeze everything in? I think the only way is to batch cook a load of soup to use up some of the veggies. I think that's the only way. Watch this space. So that's exactly what I've had to do, and I've managed to fit everything now, so that's good. So I'm using up some of the potatoes, the carrots, some leek, onions, the beets, broccoli, garlic, and some sprouts. And I'll make soup. I'll let it cool, and then I'll blend it. And then I'll do a wee taste test to let you know what it's like. So the soup is ready. What I decided to do is add a tin of tomatoes to this because it was just a little bit thick. I think it's going to be very beetrooty, maybe too beetrooty, but I've got enough for, I've managed to actually store 2 in the freezer because of the fact I've made the soup and it created a little bit of spare room. Ironically, now I've got room to freeze 2 portions of the soup, which is super. Silly pun. So I've got 2 in the freezer. I've got 2 or 3 in the fridge. 2 seconds. 2 in the fridge. 2 in the fridge and 2 in the freezer, and 1 portion for just now. So that will be very handy. So that will help me with my healthy eating detox kickstart. After all the many treats over Christmas, New Year's time, I have quite a bit of weight to lose. I just want to just feel more comfortable in my skin, for my clothes to fit better, you know. Anyway, without further ado, here is the very red soup. So let's see how it tastes. It's nicer than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, it's definitely very, very drinkable. It is quite earthy because of the beetroot, but despite that, it's pretty good because the other flavours help balance things out. And I'm looking forward to having that, as I say, to kickstart being healthier into the new year. And soup is just such a great budget friendly as well as diet friendly thing. Very handy way to use up some of those items in the freeze that I've shown you today. And it's been lovely to do this freezer itinerary video with you. Really enjoyed it. It's been super helpful for me, so thank you for inspiring me to do something very practical. Would love to hear in the comments how your steps are going towards your low spend month, if you're doing one, budgeting in general. Have you been doing like a stock check, itinerary check? Any suggestions or tips, things you find helpful, things you'd love to learn more about on the frugal journey? Let us know in the comments and we can all chat and have a wee bit of a kind of encouragement of one another time, because that's very valuable. Thanks again for watching and see you soon. Bye.